Hello, and welcome back to Cars of Glasgow. I'm Thomas, and today you join me with the Bentley Bentayga. This is a first edition Bentley Bentayga, which means it comes with the 6-litre W12. It's actually called the first edition as well, so it's got loads of goodies on it over the standard Bentayga model, if there is such a thing. Anyway, without further ado, let's crack on with this Bentley video. Stay tuned for some British luxury. So here we have the beautiful Bentley Bentayga in extreme silver. This is the first edition, as I mentioned, which means it rides on these glorious two-tone 22-inch alloy wheels, which are ginormous. This is, as I mentioned, the first edition, so this is when the first Bentayga came out. You can tell with the headlight design versus the one that's came out maybe in the last year and a half. I think these look really handsome in comparison to maybe something like a Range Rover, which is a little bit more boxy. This has kind of got layers and kind of a stepped approach in the design, and it's undeniably Bentley from the front, just obviously jacked up to SUV height. I've got the huge grille up front, that Flying Bee logo cressing the front of the car. I just love the attention to detail in the car. Like, I could sit and stare at this all day. We're riding on Pirelli P0 tyres for anybody cares, and they're 285/40 if that is something that you're interested in when you're watching a car video. I do little design details of the B that's throughout the car, so I've kind of got this B emblem on the side of the fender, and you'll notice that repeated on the tail lights. So I'll just walk away around to the back of the car. As you can see, we've got the kind of strong character line running across. The extreme silver really shows this off well versus like maybe a white or a black model. I'll unlock the car, hopefully get a little bit of a light action, but we can kind of see we've got the B on the tail light there. It doesn't quite work on the other side where it is reversed, but looks good there. You can tell it's a W12 as well by the exhaust pipes on this model. They're kind of like rectangular with a little bit oval edging. The V8 one's kind of got a little indent there along with the hybrid, so this does stand out. If you're behind one of these, you can kind of tell what it is. We'll go ahead and start with the boot because we're back here. So this is the key fob, quite large, got a bit of weight into it. Touch of the boot and it opens up. We can see we have some Bentley umbrellas. We have some Bentley goodies that are currently flying around the car. However, decent sized cargo bay, and it is all lined with kind of nice plush materials back here, nice thick carpet, and you can raise and lower the height as well at a touch of a button. So if you're needing to lower it for maybe shopping, getting dogs in and out, touch of a button, the suspension is going to drop down. You can see that in real time. It's actually quite fast in comparison to some other cars I've reviewed, but look how low that does. Nice and mean, and that means your hooch can jump right in without any trouble at all. I'm quite impressed with how low this is on this end versus the front. The air suspension is done quite well. So we do have these rails that you can buy, these little hooks that clip in there and kind of allow you to strap and divide bits that are in the car. Pull this up. Underneath we've got a spare tyre, which is nice to have, along with other car accessories that you may need in the event of a breakdown. And it's a little bit more plush than maybe you get in other Volkswagen Group products, such as maybe the Q7. Or even this kind of material here. It's a little bit more plush and less plasticky, and they've got some nice fabric as well, which meant they've kindly hoovered to give you the stripes in the carpet. So go ahead and close the boot. Automatic tailgate, of course, slowly comes down like so, and we've locked. And we can also close the boot, touch a button on the fob as well. Like so. Go ahead and jump inside the front of the cabin of the Bentley Bentayga. We're greeted with, first of all, a leather lined door, a little bit of wood, nice quality leather kind of throughout the panel. I love this kind of diamond stitching that Bentley do. Looks quite classy. We've got some window switches there for your clothes and heat, and we've also got door lock, and memory seats are down here along with your boot release, and enough room there for a small water bottle. But the exciting is going to be behind the wheel, but we'll get there in a second. So we do have two very luxurious seats up front. As you can see, this particular model is finished in kind of a cream. We've got first edition stitched in here, but being a Bentley you can get a lot of customised options. You can have maybe like the Flying Bee or something, maybe in your family crest into the headrests. Yeah, overall seats are good, holding up for wear and tear over a few years, and yeah, looks quite good. And down here we've got full electric seats for front and back, inflate the lumbar, etc. Full memory seating. I do quite like these sill plates as well. A, the fact that's flush, and B, that lights up at night, which is quite a neat touch. So go ahead and jump in. Soft closed door, which quite quickly I've got used to. We've got another first edition emblem there on the dash, just to remind you what kind of model you're in. Got a little Bentley clock up front. Another thing this car is, yeah, it's pretty Bentley as you'd expect. Some people maybe comment and think it's just like a Q5, sorry, Q7 or a Cayenne. It is built and shared on those platform, but the Bentley does feel distinctly different anyway from as soon as you get in the cabin. Half down to the way it's designed, the material choices, the engine power as well. This one's got the W12, which is unique to Bentley. But overall, cabin quality feels what you'd expect. That German stroke British engineering at its finest. I do like this Bentley steering wheel design as well. That open spoke gives you a little kind of pretentious looking, like it could be sporty. But yeah, you know it's going to be a luxury cruiser more than sporting credentials. But Bentley have always straddled that fine line between driving dynamics and being luxurious. But yeah, you can even check out the stitching on the steering wheel, like that's pretty fancy. Got the chrome around it. But without further ado, should we crack on and start this car up before we lose any interest? So, foot in the brake, down here we've got the start stop. I'm going to hold it right now, 3, 2, 1. So what's impressive is when you're inside the cabin of the Bentayga, the W12 is running, but because of all kind of insulation, the thicker windows, you don't really hear it at all. It's quite silent. I can actually hear the fans from the climate control coming through louder than the engine. And if I put the window down ever so slightly, you can hear it a fraction. If I put the foot in the brake, let's give it a, yeah, a little bit of something going on there. Yeah, you can hear that in the background. Well, I've got the camera flipped round. I'm 5'11". This is a very luxurious place to be. Plenty of headroom, as you can see up here, plenty of shoulder room. And of course, there's plenty of adjustment for the steering wheel, all electrically adjustable, of course. Seats electrical adjustable, so plenty of knee room, leg room, shoulder room. You can get really comfortable in this car if you're going to be short or tall. You may see, first of all, while we're looking out here, we've kind of got a heads-up display right there, which is quite cool and handy. It's not the latest and greatest version, but it is handy and useful when you're driving on the motorway. You can see what speed you're doing. Down here we've got a nice blend of analog and digital gauges, which I actually quite like. I think the traditional gauges suit a car like this. So you can use the little knobs on the steering wheel to cycle through various things on the dash here. I'm not going to waste your time and go through them all, but as you can see, you can get things that you may need. And then if I go to the right hand side of the car, you've got your nav, heated steering wheel, which is a must here in Britain. You may be noting we're getting 1.1 miles per gallon at the moment, but 12 over the average long-term memory of this car. So yeah, you're not going to be running this doing a lot of mileage, I guess, or you're going to need a fuel tanker behind you. But overall, everything's logically laid out. Cruise controls down on the left, your indicators and all that on the left hand side, the wipers on the right, so it's quite traditional, just getting in. A little bit of flappy paddles behind as well, which are, I'm going to put some money on it that they feel like they're maybe metal at the front and then plastic in the back or rubberized in the back. They feel not particularly, don't sound particularly Bentley-ish, but I'm sure they're nice. Down here you've got your night vision, there we go. Major night vision camera, which is not going to work during the day. And then you've got your fog lights, blind spot monitoring, and yeah, all your other kind of controls on the right hand side here for your lights, but leave it in auto. The vents are worthwhile noting because this is kind of an old school touch with a modern twist, just to give you the feel you're pulling these stalks out for the airflow. I quite like that. Down here we've got a touchscreen that is pretty responsive. You can do your radio, your nav, whatever it may be. It's pretty cool. Pretty responsive, as you can see, so we don't have to worry about things at all.
I'm not living here, leaving you just...
You get hard knobs as well. You know how most modern cars have all got screens to touch everything. This car's got a pleasant blend of touchscreen and things for your heated seats and your cooled seats. So at the touch of a button you could have on auto, you could have your cooled seats on auto, whatever you want. Just, there we go. Whatever you like, this is happening there and then. Climate control, I like that's built into the rotary knobs. You do see that more and more on cars these days, but it's quite nice to see. Air conditioning, rear defrost, all the good stuff down below. Storage down here, it is rubberized, so your phone's not going to slide around. I could probably put my iPhone 11 there and we're not going to get any drama. We do have the little B for the Bentley smoker pack, which is another neat touch as well. You can pull that out, but I'd probably leave it in. It looks quite nifty, even if you the smoker don't smoke. Down below again, we've got your right height adjustment, and then down here is your modes. I quite like driving it in sports mode just because you get the crackles and pops. We do have, of course, Bentley mode, comfort, and then custom, and then your other off-roading modes as well to raise and lower the suspension as you may do. Traction control, hill descent control, and yeah, that's a little bit it. We've got the park assist here, which we're not going to try when I'm stationary. Park distance control, turn the parking sensors and the cameras on and off, which we can have the fun of looking at my VIQ back there. The side cameras, the front camera, yeah, it's 360 camera, pretty cool, quite easy to use. Here we've got the Bentley gearbox, which is pretty cool again. You've got the big B, push that forward for reverse, and then you can push this motion here for park and pull all the way down for drive. So I quite like the fact you're not accidentally going to be in a different gear. You're not going to knock that into reverse without properly pushing down and engaging reverse, and equally P for park. I've got a big armrest in the middle here. As you can see, a little bit of storage inside with room for the smoker's kit to get pushed in there as well if you preferred it to be in there. I've also got USB 1 and 2, the old style USB ports with the auxiliary cable for your music, and a little cigarette lighter as well with a metal finish, which is a nice touch. Everything again is all high quality materials, and you can even see the stitching going across there. It wouldn't be a Cars of Glasgow video without a glove box reveal, and we do have quite a large glove box lined with the fuzzy stuff and softly damped. We do also have your map in here, sorry, your sat nav information in there, along with your Bentley logbook, owner's book, and enough room there for bits and bobs. Pretty flush and easy to access, no hidden button within the screen. And above me we have this giant sunroof, which, there we go, one touch. And we're going to get some daylight into this car because it is a pretty grey April day, considering it was so glorious sunshine earlier on in the week. As you can probably see and hear at the time it's going by, it's quite a large panoramic roof, and it does actually open as well. So again, touch of a button and we're going to let all this daylight in. With the sunroof open, you're going to get a lot of daylight in, a lot of fresh air, and this light interior really helps lift this ginormous cabin. It really helps elevate it as well, just gives you a bit of the brightness outside. It's quite nice to have that option. And again, touch of a button closes up. And of course we've got some soft close on all four doors like that up front. And there we go, there's that lovely little B logo again. So we're going to open this bonnet up, since I can get it with one hand. We're going to see how we get onto the camera in the other. But we've got, so there we can see the 6-litre W12 twin turbo right up front. You can see that's quite tightly packed into the car. There's not much room all around, but yeah. I quite like the fact even in the Bentayga we've got diamond stitching almost on the kind of heat cover on the inside of the car for insulation. It's kind of giving you that Bentley-esque look with the kind of quilted material. Meanwhile, I don't imagine too many Bentley owners opening this up to admire it, but in case you wondered, this is what it looks like. That little Bentley oil cap's quite cool with the B, and it kind of feels, yeah, it feels metallic. It's cold, so I presume that's going to be real metal. We'll go ahead and close the bonnet up, nice and light, and we're going to jump into the back of the car just to show you what it's like in the back of the Bentayga. This one does have tinted windows and blinds, so it's pretty dark and you can't really see your rear passengers, but if you want the privacy, that's what you're going to get. So the interior quality, again, same as up front. We've got name audio system, nice and proud up there. Diamond stitching, smoker's pack again with little B, electric windows all round, which, touch of a button, blinds going down. And there we go, there's the window. Pull it up. And the second touch, we get the blind going back up. Within seconds, we've got privacy again. So that's a neat touch. Again, there's no lines with any fuzzy stuff. It's all kind of leather or vinyl inside the door card itself. And we do have nice soft material all through the cabin. Bentley sill plate, carpet meeting that. Got the same first edition again, embroidered into the back of the seat. These seats are super soft, plush and comfortable. And being a large SUV, we've got plenty of room back here. I do like the fact that I do have little, yeah, kind of little trays for my sweets. My driver can take me and I can have my laptop there, or I can have some nibbles. I do like the fact as well, you can control both sides from each side of the car. Each rear door has both window controls, so you can literally, if you wanted, put both down. They don't go all the way, so you can't sit and have your arm out the window, but they do go down quite a good bit of the way. And with the glass roof, it's pretty airy back here. And again, I'm 5'11" for reference, plenty of room back here, even with the sunroof. Got a good few fingers worth. Knee room is great too, as you can see, a good few inches there. And if you did want, you can get the new extended wheelbase, which adds all that length into the rear of the cabin. We do have a little screen back here as well, which is ideal for things like your radio. You can turn the volume up and down. You can see other facts about the car. I was playing around with this yesterday. You can see there's like your Bentley speed, the time you're going, temperature, whatever it may be. And I think that's quite a cool graphic. It's almost like a little old instrument that's getting spun around. That's pretty cool. Again, we've got these little old-fashioned style knobs to pull airflow in and out, a little bit of resistance. And we do have first class kind of airplane style seat here. Kind of, I'll call it a Mac pocket, iPad holder, whatever you may be. It is lined with the fuzzy stuff as well. And all in all, a nice superior quality cabin to be in the back of. We do have armrests, which touch down. We've got some cup holders, room for your kind of juice. And we do have these pillow soft headrests as well, which are just so comfortable. So I can just pull that out like that, and then you can feel like you're going to sleep. And trust me, it's going to feel amazing. Just sit back here and relax and recline. So step out the back of the Bentayga. It does have soft close again, like so. Here's a little exhaust note from the back. So we can go ahead and lock the Bentley, touch our button, keyless lock, main weathers folder. So I just want to say thanks very much for watching this video if you made it this far in the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel below, and comment below your favourite thing about the Bentayga. I'll see you next video. Ciao.